Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Ausdom M04. These are a pair of Bluetooth headphones that are over-the-ear style and contains a microphone that you can use when answering or talking to people. You can connect it to an Android smartphone, an iOS smartphone, or a Windows phone for those purposes. The headphone itself retails on Amazon, again, for under $45, which is pretty inexpensive for something of this caliber. It's highly noise isolating, so if you're wearing them in a transit area or maybe an airport, they will seal off the sound completely, which is great. And it has Bluetooth 4.0, which offers a pretty good connection range of around 10 meters or so. And there's a 400 milliamp hour battery that will last for roughly 18 hours of playback, which is higher than the average of around 12 hours or so. And the manufacturer also claims that these have a high amount of bass, which we'll certainly see and discuss later on in this review when we talk about the audio quality. So taking a look at the packaging, have a pretty clean look. You can definitely give this as a gift. The presentation is nice. You can also find this directly through the manufacturer's website. The only thing I don't really like is the placement of the cords. You'll see that it's actually on the back of the casing here rather than on the front. And you have access to an auxiliary cable if you don't want to use the Bluetooth connection to a MP3 player or something like that. There's also a micro USB cable that's used to charge the M04. It takes about 2 hours to fully charge the Bluetooth earphones. There's also access to a user manual that's pretty well documented. And finally, on the front, we have just the headphones themselves. So if we kind of pop this out, we can take a closer look at the design. Now, the M04 are crafted primarily out of plastic components. There are a few rubber accents here and there. It creates a okay construction quality, although it could be a little bit better. Some of the parts are a little bit hollow, and so it feels relatively lightweight, and they are, again, much more lightweight than you would think, considering the size of these earphones. They are pretty portable thanks to the fact that the actual headphones themselves can be swiveled and allows you to take it with you when you're traveling. And also the very top of the earphones are padded by a thick layer of memory foam, which is a nice feature that we haven't seen on other similar priced headphones. It also has the Ausdom logo embedded onto the very top. So it's very comfortable to wear, and if you're using it for, I would say, 2 hours, 3 hours, you won't have any issues in terms of comfort. Although since they are so noise isolating, you definitely will have a little bit of heat on the inside of your ears, so maybe kind of taking them off for a few moments in between would be a good idea. Taking a look at the design, these also do have an NFC area, so if your smartphone has NFC, simply tap on that to pair it. It takes only a few seconds using the Bluetooth connection. On the sides, you have access to the volume controls, which are integrated. They are, it takes a little bit of adjustment before you kind of know where the placement of the buttons are. It's only going to take about 15 minutes for you to recognize kind of that placement there. The controls are relatively tactile, responsive, and easy to press. There's also access to a power on-off switch on the side there. And over here, we have the auxiliary connector if you don't want to use Bluetooth. There's also that LED indicator. On the other side, you have access to ports for the skip tracks and also the play pause for the music. I like the placement here because it's pretty even with the other side and allows you to find it with your fingers quite easily. There's also a flap that's covering the micro USB port for charging and syncing purposes. So overall, as far as design goes, we do like the fact that there is this red and black accent. I think it looks pretty cool and stylish and almost juxtaposes the inexpensive price tag by presenting something that's rather stylish and high-end. When it comes to audio quality, Ausdom did a pretty good job with the M04. With that being said, like most Bluetooth speakers, there is a little bit of distortion in the background. So if you're listening to music at higher volumes, maybe even at quieter volumes, you'll hear a little bit of that distortion. It's not as clean or crisp as the traditional wired pair of headphones, which is inevitable with any Bluetooth pair of headphones at this price range. With that being said, general music performance is very strong. Now, the audio quality can be quite loud, and the bass is indeed quite heavy. So if you're listening to electronic music or pop music, I think you'll be pleased with the performance on these. In terms of the microphone quality, it isn't noise canceling. So in noisier environments, it's not going to do as well as in the home or in the office, but it's still a nice touch that you can answer calls directly. When you're using these and paired with your smartphone, whenever a call has come in, you can tap on it once just to answer that call, and the music will automatically pause, and then you can reject the call, and the music will continue. So it's a nice continuous stream feature that's built onto the unit as well. In terms of battery life, again, at 18 hours or so, it's again pretty strong, and we didn't really have any issues in that department. It seems to last quite a long time before you have to recharge it again. Some other things I would have liked to see on this particular pair of headphones would be noise cancellation, because with the over-the-ear style that we can see here, I would have preferred if the company could have incorporated that feature in some way, although at the price range here, it's still a very inexpensive and good value for the money. To check out more details about the M04 pair of Bluetooth and over-the-ear headphones, be sure to read our full review. This has been our video. Thank you for watching here at OS Reviews.